25 Ways to Suppress Truth. The Rules of Disinformation. By H. Michael Sweeney, 1997.
4. Use a straw man. Find or create a seeming element of your opponent's argument which you can easily knock down to make yourself look good and the opponent look bad. Either make up an issue you may safely imply exists based on your interpretation of the opponent, their arguments, situation, or just select the weakest aspect of the weakest charges. Amplify their significance and destroy them in a way which appears to debunk all the charges, real and fabricated alike, while actually avoiding discussion of the real issues. Example. When trying to defeat reports by the Times of London that spy-sat images reveal an object racing towards and striking Flight 800, a straw man is used. If these exist, the public has not seen them. Defense. You are avoiding the issue with disinformation tactics. You imply deceit and deliberately establish an impossible and unwarranted test. It is perfectly natural that the public has not seen them, nor will they for some considerable time, if ever. To produce them would violate national security with respect to intelligence gathering capabilities and limitations, and you should know this. Why do you refuse to address the issues with such disinformation tactics? 5. Sidetrack opponents with name-calling and ridicule. This is also known as the primary attack the messenger ploy, although other methods qualify as variants of this approach. Associate opponents with unpopular titles such as kooks, right-wing, liberal, left-wing, terrorists, conspiracy buffs, radicals, militia, racists, religious fanatics, sexual deviants, and so forth. This makes others shrink from support out of fear of gaining the same label, and you avoid dealing with issues. Example. You believe what you read in the Spotlight? The publisher Willis DeCardo is a well-known right-wing racist. I guess we know your politics. Does your Bible have a swastika on it? That certainly explains why you support this wild-eyed, right-wing conspiracy theory. Defense. You are avoiding the issue with disinformation tactics. You're implying guilt by association and attack truth on the basis of the messenger. The Spotlight is a well-known populist media source responsible for releasing facts and stories well before mainstream media will discuss the issues through their veil of silence. Why do you refuse to address the issues by use of such disinformation tactics? 6. Hit and run. In any public forum, make a brief attack on your opponent or the opponent's position and then scamper off before an answer can be fielded, or simply ignore any answer. This works extremely well on the internet and in letters to the editor environments where a steady stream of new identities can be called upon without having to explain criticism reasoning. Simply make an accusation or other attack, never discussing issues, and never answering any subsequent response, for that would dignify the opponent's viewpoint. Example. This stuff is garbage. Where do you conspiracy lunatics come up with this crap? I hope you all get run over by black helicopters. Notice it even has a farewell sound to it, so it won't seem curious if the author is never heard from again. Defense. You are avoiding the issue with disinformation tactics. Your comments or opinions fail to offer any meaningful dialogue or information, and are worthless except to pander to emotionalism, and in fact, reveal you to be emotionally insecure with these matters. Why do you refuse to address the issues by use of such disinformation tactics? 7. Question motives. Twist or amplify any fact which could be so taken to imply that the opponent operates out of a hidden personal agenda or other bias. This avoids discussing issues and forces the accuser on the defensive. Example. With the talk show circuit in the book deal, it looks like you can make a pretty good living spreading lies. Defense. You are avoiding the issue with disinformation tactics. You imply guilt as a means of attacking the messenger or his credentials, but cowardly failed to offer any concrete evidence that this is so. Why do you refuse to address the issues by use of such disinformation tactics? 8. Invoke authority. Claim yourself as or associate yourself with authority, and present your argument with enough jargon and minutiae to illustrate you are one who knows, and simply say it isn't so without discussing issues or demonstrating concretely why or citing sources. Example. You obviously know nothing about either the politics or strategic considerations, much less the technicals of the SR-71. Incidentally, for those who might care, that sleek plane is started with a pair of souped-up big block V808s originally, Buick 911 CID. With dual 420 CFM Holley carbs and the full race Isky cams, for hyperbolic 411 combined bhp at 6,606 RPMs using a dragster-style clutch plasma converter with direct drive shaft. Anyway, I can tell you with confidence that no Blackbird has ever been flown by Korean nationals, nor have they ever been trained to fly it, and have certainly never overflown the Republic of Commie China in the SR. Or even launched a drone from it that flew over China. I'm not authorized to discuss if there have been overflights by American pilots. Defense. You are avoiding the issue with disinformation tactics. You imply your own authority and expertise but fail to provide credentials, and you also fail to address issues and cite sources. Why do you refuse to address the issues by use of such disinformation tactics? 9. Play dumb. No matter what evidence or logical argument is offered, avoid discussing issues with denial they have any credibility, or make any sense, nor that they provide any proof, or contain or make a point, have logic, or support a conclusion. Mix well for maximum effect. Example. Nothing you say makes any sense. Your logic is idiotic. Your facts non-existent. Better go back to the drawing board and try again. Defense. You are avoiding the issue with disinformation tactics. You evade the issues with your own form of nonsense while others, perhaps more intelligent than you pretend to be, had no trouble with the material. Why do you refuse to address the issues by use of such disinformation tactics?
The previous video has been an unpaid public service announcement, brought to you by Anonymous. We are Legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget.